I know what you're all thinking. You're looking at me and you're thinking, Luke, not only are you incredible at Football Manager, not only did you have quite a good football, you did alright in football, that's two. Not only do you now do wrestling, are you wearing a basketball jersey? Did you play basketball as well? Insert clip here of me shooting some hoops, scoring a 3-pointer, shall we? Now, of course, I'm only joking. I don't necessarily play basketball. I just, in my spare time, every now and then, obviously, we lost a legend on the weekend, Kobe Bryant. I don't have a Kobe Bryant jersey. I actually used to be fair, but it was way too small. I ended up giving it away. But I still love Kobe Bryant when I was a massive fan of basketball in the early noughties. Was a huge fan, and this is the only basketball jersey I had left. So I thought, it's sort of paying respect. He was a massive legend of the sport. I know it's not football related, but rest in peace, Kobe. Such a sad story. I hate it when we lose anyone in our lives, but when it's a celebrity who has been a very big influence on the sport that he has dominated for a fair number of years, it makes it even harder for a lot of people. So that's my small respects, I suppose, on my small, very, very small platform, considering how big Kobe Bryant is to Kobe. So maybe some RIP Kobe's in the chat. That would be nice. Just realised I'm not live anymore, so I don't actually have a chat. So maybe some RIP Kobe's in the comments, Luke. Now, if we turn our attentions back to Football Manager, we have got the first game of the season now for our new side, Rops. Of course, if you missed Tuesday's episode, we finally found our new club, and we find ourselves in Finland, exactly where I wanted to go. And it turns out that Finland is actually worse than Iceland. So that was funny. That was great when I realised that all of my players are actually worse than what they were in Iceland, and the league reputation and all the money side of things worse, and trying to get the players from the club I was at to this club was impossible. So that was good. But I have made some signings. I think I've done the squad proud. I think I've made some very good signings. But you remember when I said in the last episode, oh, they've got a lot of money, that's good. Well, that's disappeared. We are now at minus £80,000, so I don't know where that happened in 4 months. I suppose we haven't been playing matches, but that's just literally disappeared. So don't know where that went. But today we do have the Premier. I don't know what it's called because they call it PR here, but then it's got a different name. So whatever PR stands for, I don't know. But we do have some league games. We'll ignore that. We did play the cup game in between, and we have found ourselves in the second round. I think it's a very strange cup. You have like previous stuff going on, and then like you find yourself qualifying. We qualified in 4th as well, but I didn't take it seriously, to be honest. I rotated the sides. We find ourselves in 4th, and then you go through to like the actual cup. So we find ourselves against a non-league side, so we should do all right. We are in the PR, which is the highest. So there is a lot of PR clubs, but there is a few non-league sides as well as some Division 1s in the Yukonen. So that's quite good. We've got a good round, to be fair, considering we only just qualified. But today, we are against HJK in our first game of the season, and they are the best team in Finland. They have the most money. Look how much money they have. 11 million. They have a season budget of 6.8 million. Believe me, if this job comes up halfway through the season, I'm taking it. Whether I'm top and they're bottom, I'm taking it, because that's a job. That's a job that I need to have on my resume, I think, for reputation wise anyway. How have they got that much money? They must have reached some sort of, let's have a look. They must have reached the Champions League or something, surely. Yeah. So they were in the Champions League qualifiers, and they made it to the Europa League. So that's why they are beating Marseille in the Europa League. That's what they're doing, and they continue playing. How well did they play in the Europa League? I want to see how they did. They finished bottom, but they finished with 5 points. Fair play. Fair play. They deserve that money. They deserve that money. Man, I wish I was in charge of them. That's outstanding. But today, we're going to embarrass them because we're going to beat them ourselves. Let's have a look at some signings. So first and foremost, we have some outs. I sold a couple of players who are on high wages but really low ability. So 15 grand and 30 grand I got out of these two players. You probably have never seen them. I don't think I even clicked on them. And this man was not very good at all, but for some reason, loads of teams wanted him. So I got 15k out of him. We didn't make any signings. We just got loads of free transfers, which we could have done any time, to be honest. I do think they are good, though. So let's start off at the top with Leo Furhegelde. Oh, new country, and I'll get it right one day, I promise. A very good centre-back, though. 4-star current ability, 5-star potential. He's 20 years of age. He is Norwegian, which I love. Love the fact that I've got more Norwegians. 6'2", very good fundamentals in the technicals. Mentals are left to be desired. They have a couple of 9s, which is almost on the cusp. Like they're pretty much decent. Good determination, and the physicals are very fancy indeed. So as a centre back, he comes in straight away as our best centre back. So that's good. Next up, we have this man, Zyber, an attacking midfielder, but I am playing him up front because I think obviously he's better than any of our strikers anyway. Low wages too, which I was surprised with. 4-star again with 4.5 potential, maybe rising to 5. Decent finishing, good first touch, good decision makings, very good physicals. That's all I have to say about him. He's 6 foot as well. Again, very good player. Next up, we have Carl Johan Eriksson, a Finnish goalkeeper. We did have a goalkeeper who was okay, but remember, he didn't have very good reflexes. This man has better reflexes, not to say it's very good, with 11. 3.5-star current, though, which makes him our highest goalkeeper. Not really much to say about it. He has low wages as well, so he comes in as our number 1. The second centre-back we brought in, again, has very good fundamental attributes in the technical region, some very decent mentals, and again, has some good physicals. He's just slightly worse on current ability than the other centre-back. Still a 4-star with a 5-star potential, 21, Croatian, lower wages, and 6'2". Overall, another good signing for our defence. We then bolstered the midfield because I felt like we needed to. Matti Klinger, another Finland player. Finnish player. Feels weird saying Finnish. Feels weird. But anyway, okay passing. He's got decent attributes. He's not incredible. But for what we could get, with the money that we had, and the fact that we had to abide by quite a lot of rules where we have to have Finnish players, it was a no-brainer to bring this guy in. Plus, look how many positions he can play. Like, he will be bolstering the whole part of our field in midfield. So, I think it was a really good idea bringing this man in. One really just as a backup, though, because he's on £100 a week, is Joel Thurling. Got him, if anything, just for, like, numbers, and that he's Finnish. So, there's that. He's 19 years of age. I probably won't use him a lot. I've got a very good defence now, compared to this guy. But it's just a backup. And we know a lot of injuries happen. I've been stung at other clubs where I don't have enough players in certain positions. This man can play across the whole back four. So, and he's Finnish, and he's only on really low wages. It was worth it bringing him in on a free transfer. Pretty much exactly the same story for this man. He's slightly better though. He has good acceleration and decent pace. He'll play further up, so you can play on both wings. Ollie Michaela, he's Finnish as well, £160, a little bit more, 19 years of age, although he does have 5-star potential, so there is that. He has the potential to be a lot better than the last guy. Last but not least, though, is this man. I've recently made this signing, and he is going to be our strike partner with Zyber. 16 acceleration, very good jump and reach, and he's 6'5". If only his heading was a little better. He's good at free kicks, though. He's good at free kicks. Okay mentals. Decent technicals to our standard, I'd say, and he can play on the wing as well. But he is going to be playing up front for most of the time because I do think he will score some goals and use his pace really well for us. He is from the country of Latvia, and his name is Kurakins. Let's call him Dennis. He is Dennis. He also can play in the midfield, which is obviously good. And he's on really low wages, £450. We got rid of a lot of players. Well, the players that we did get rid of, sorry, were on like nearly £900 to £800, and the players we brought in are far better on a lot lower wages. So overall, I think we did really well in the transfer window. And that is not to say that that is going to be the only signings we will make. The transfer window is still open for another week. And of course, free transfers can be made at any time. So we will probably bolster the side. Although I don't actually think I have anything. Yeah, we're over the wage budget. So there's that. And they've made sure that they've told, obviously, at the start that it's really important that I keep within the wage budget. So at the minute, not doing too well with that. But I'd rather have a better side and let the results do the talking. Speaking of results doing the talking, good transition there, Luke. We have this formation, and you're probably thinking, Luke, that's a new one. Whose is that? Well, it will be up on FM Scout website eventually when it is hopefully looked at and accepted. This is a tactic created by one of my Patreon members who always drops by the live streams. I've tested one of his tactics before, and I've used it on this game. Ryan Cassidy, he has created this tactic. It's called the Phenom, attacking 4-2-2-2. 4-2-2-2. Yes, I got that right. With a DM, the Phenom, dead man walking after the Undertaker. For all you wrestling fans who got that little pun. But where I'm saying this results happen is I've tested this tactic with my Strasbourg save at the end of the last live stream. So literally played 3 games. I then skipped a whole season using this tactic, holiday in it, finished 3rd. I thought, that's bloody good. Thought, what if it's a fluke? I'll do it again. Did it again. Exactly the same point. Exactly the same tactic. All the way through. Finished 2nd. Just short of Paris Saint-Germain by about 6 points. Then I thought, well, what if it's just my side? My team is very good now on Youth to Gold. If you haven't checked it out, Youth to Gold, I go live pretty much every Sunday and a load of other days as well. What if it's just that team? So then I tested it with 2 other clubs, which you will see on Tactic Tester this week on FM Scout. And the results did the talking. 2 bang average mid-table sides finishing very high in the leagues. So this tactic is a beast, and I want to use it to my ability in this game. So hopefully it's going to work me wonders. 2 false 9 positions. Okay, we'll go with it. Attacking wingers, 2 deep line playmakers on support, 2 wing backs on automatic, 2 ball playing defenders, which we don't necessarily have, but that's fine, and a sweeper keeper. It's an attacking mentality, which I'm happy to go with. Work the ball into box, passing it into space, keeping it average on higher and slightly more direct, running at the defenders. Standard width in transition, it is a gegenpress. Distributing the ball quickly to the fullbacks, taking shorter kicks. Standard line, not using the offside trap. Thank you. Thank you, Ryan Cassidy. I hate offside traps. Staying on our feet as well. And talking of results doing the talking, I always look at all the team overview for the stats and stuff like that. Sorry if I'm going on and this doesn't bother you and you're not really into tactics and stuff, but a lot of you are, and you're always asking what sort of tactics I recommend for certain sides. Give this one a try. Stay on feet on all 3/4, because I did the same one twice with Strasbourg. Experiments I did by going on holiday for a season. The team I used finished bottom of the fouls made every time. Every time. So, if you ask me, and the tackles completed was the highest. So, if you ask me, staying on feet has a big part of that. Using tighter marking, all of that good stuff. Right, okay, enough of the tactic. Ryan is not paying me to say all this. I'm just saying it because I believe in his tactic. I think it's really good. This is the side we're going to go with. So, Zyber and Checkham, we can switch them around with Kurakins and Checkham. I'm going to toy around with both, to be honest, because they both can play in the midfield and up front, and they're both like our sort of best players. So, I don't know. I'm going to just keep toying around with playing both of them. Zyber up top, though, with Checkham. Kurakins. Mason Vara is this man. He is Finnish. He was already at the club, but quite a good player nonetheless. We have Lingman and Klinger in the centre midfield. Lingman was already with us. Klinger was the man we signed. Hyvarinen. Okay, the 2 centre backs that we signed, and Passanen at left back, Eriksson in goal, which means Svensson, the man we looked at in the last episode, has dropped down to the bench, but that means great cover for us. We're only going to play this game. This is why I'm rambling on. Don't worry, there isn't going to be 2 games today. We'll get back to normal proceedings once the season has begun. I just wanted to bring this game with 1 match. because it's a big one. It's the start of the season. It's against HJK, and it's a big game, I think. This already, it's a title decider, isn't it? It's not. Well, actually, before we go into the game, after all of the signings that I've made, can we, like, can I see the league? Can I go to the league? Okay, so we have actually gone up in the predicted positions. Remember, we were all the way down here, and now we've gone above Honka, so that makes me feel good. That does make me feel good. We've also beaten cups in the pre-season or in that cup game. I can't remember what it was. So there's that. I think we drew against HJK as well in that cup. So we're 5th, and Zyber, our player, is there. That's good. So I'm happy with that. So here we have it then. We're kicking off our new venture in Finland with our new side, Rops. I'm excited. I know you're excited. You're all congratulating me in the comments for beating, for finally getting out of that horrendous Icelandic league. And we're starting off here on the back foot. Great work there. Good defending. Can we keep that up though? We've been split open, and Mensa, Evans Mensa has put it in 12 minutes in. This is going to be a kick in the dick if they manage to win and batter us, because it's not a very good start. And they've really played it around us. They are the best team. They have been playing in Europe, and they've been beating Europe's best. So there is that. But I did feel like because we beat them in pre-season, then we were like, oh, go on, big boys. Passinen, go on, son. Gets it in, back post. Oh, it's off the bar. It's off the bar by Mason, who I'm not going to pronounce. Mason Vara? It's a long name. It's a long name, forgive me. Can we get the ball back? Brahima. Oh, our defence has been... Oof, caught wandering there. Absolutely caught wandering. We find ourselves in relegation zone already. Brilliant. Fantastic stuff here. I don't want to change... We're learning, though. We're learning this tactic still. Been playing it ever since. All of pre-season. And it's been mixed bag so far. But I noticed when I was... Oh, go on. Mason Vara is through. Mason Vara! Silva Barros has made the save. I noticed at the start of each season that I did, where I used this tactic for Tactics Tester, that the start of the season, when they're getting used to it, takes a while. So hopefully that's the case with us. It's just unfortunate we're against top of the league first, which is headed wide. I'm saying top of the league. They're predicted to finish first, and they've been playing European football, and they have 11 million with a £6 million budget. What I could have done with £6 million, honestly, I'd have run this league easily. But clearly, they didn't do that. Okay, so we're already 65 minutes in before we get our second highlight. Well, our first highlight, sorry, of the second half. And we're on the defence again. Kesty now has it. Dahlstrom in the midfield. Mohamed. Back to Dahlstrom. They're just toying with us. Mensa's on the ball. Brahima. Oh, look at that. It's Mensa again. He's outside and he's scored. He's good, isn't he? Evans Mensa. He is bloody good. 4.5 star player. Very good player on that attacking side. And twice now, he's been played in and he's found the back of the net. He's clinical. He's clinical, boys. He's probably one of the best players in this league. And, wow, who is that? That is poor defending, Hyvarian. Already don't like him. Mason Vara, though, on the free kick. Get it in. Yes, get in. That's a goal. Is it going to count? Oh, it's fucking offside. Oh, screw you. Screw you. That looked on for me. Nice. Actually offside. Fair play. You probably can't see that. I can. It is off. Just about to make a change again, and we have another highlight. So I don't want to change anything before we see what happens. Because if we go 3-0 down, it might just be a case of batting down the hatches. Mason Vara, though, he looks deadly for us so far. Chenkum. Go on. Put it in the net. Cut it back, baby. Mason Vara keeps it alive. Back to Hyvarainen. Yes, get in. Back post. Kurakins is there with that back post header. And we have a lifeline. I think it's time to make some changes nonetheless. We don't want to necessarily watch it. We probably did, to be fair. We have, by the way, Eric Cantona. And I haven't even changed that name. That is legitimately his name. Right, Hyvarian needs to come off because he's struggling. I don't necessarily know who's any good. We have this man. He is quite good. I like him. I remember seeing his name. So let's put him on instead of Zyber. And maybe let's check on Eric Cantona. Because Kurakins, who's just scored, is struggling. So let's check on Eric Cantona, the king, and see if he can do the business for us. We have another highlight. Hopefully it's towards us. Brahima now has it. Dahlstrom, they're playing it around again. They tried going over the top. Klinger. Now this is better. Keep the ball. Passanen. Play Eric down the line. Oh, he has. Cantona. Go on. Cut it back. Of course you won't. Of course you won't. Right, throw in. 83rd minute. This is the time. Lingman's now going to pick it up. He's cut inside. He's found Haspari. Mason Rara. Johansson. Oh, his back post. Check him. Lingman again. This is long. Klinger. Klinger. Cantona. Haspari. Lingman. Oh! Oh, a shot wide. It was a great effort. It was good build-up play too. But I don't think it's going to be enough. Oh, this is our last chance. Mason Vara. Back post. Heads it in. Get in there. It's Lingman. Oh, you little beauty. 2-0 down. Back to 2-2. There's still time for another as well. There's also time to concede. So don't get too excited, Luke. There isn't any time for anyone to score. 95th minute. We came back. That's the main thing. We came back. We've shown fight and desire. We scored 2 goals from set pieces. Albeit, but we scored 2 goals. That's the point I'm trying to make. So, not too bad indeed. A good comeback. I'm happy with that. You've done brilliantly to come back and salvage a draw. It's a good start in Finland. It's a lot better than what we were doing in Iceland. I hardly ever came back. And look at that. Loki Doki side that he started off the journeyman is top of the league already. It's going to be a difficult season, but we've done all right. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. Drop a like on it if you can. That would be fantastic. If you want to sponsor one of these players, you can do so. The link to the Patreon page is down below. And anything else, if you haven't subscribed already, please make sure you do. We have Youth to Gold on the weekends and some midweeks where we go live, where you can join in the chat and all that good stuff in a very entertaining season, by the way. And of course, you get to see this pretty much every weekday, and our journey in Scandinavia continues. It's 2 nations down. We've got 3 to go. One being Finland, who is the side I have got my eyes set on next. I'll see you next time, guys. Thank you. Bye bye.